Imagine waking up to find your family's century-old barn slapped with a $5,000 fine from a self-appointed neighborhood tyrant who thinks her binder of rules trumps history. That's exactly what happened to Jake Reynolds, a quiet farmer in the seemingly idyllic Heritage Pines suburb of Ohio, where manicured lawns hide a web of petty dictatorships. But Jake, smeared as a lawless eyesore by gossiping neighbors, didn't rage. He watched, waited, and plotted with the patience of a fox in a henhouse. Jake had just finished framing the barn on his ancestral plot, a slice of land predating the subdivision by generations, when Brenda Wilkins, the HOA president, screeched her SUV to a halt. "What in God's name is this monstrosity?" she barked, waddling over in her sensible loafers, her plump cheeks flushed like she'd caught someone stealing her prized azaleas. Section 7. Paragraph 4. No unapproved structures. This violates community standards. Jake wiped his hands on his jeans, eyeing her calmly. "Morning, Brenda. Funny. My great-grandpa built one just like it here in 1892. Guess he forgot to ask permission from folks who weren't even born yet," she huffed, flipping her binder. "This is Heritage Pines property. You'll dismantle it or pay dearly." Jake just smiled thinly. "Check your maps, ma'am. My deed says otherwise." The whispers started immediately, neighbors murmuring about Jake being a troublemaker, Brenda spinning tales at the monthly meeting about how his shack lowered property values and invited vermin. A certified letter arrived days later, $5,000 fine for unauthorized eyesore. Jake chuckled darkly over his coffee, then dusted off the yellow deed from his safe. "Time to educate the queen bee," he muttered. At the county office, the clerk confirmed it. His land was grandfathered. Outside HOA clutches, he scanned the proof and emailed it to the board with a simple note: "Read before you fine." Brenda's reply was a masterpiece of faux politeness. "We appreciate your input, but community harmony requires compliance. Expect further action." Things escalated when Jake found an orange environmental notice on his gate, claiming the barn disrupted watershed integrity. "Oh, Brenda, you sneaky little bureaucrat," Jake whispered, shaking his head. He hired a surveyor who laughed at the claim. No wetlands within a football field. Dismissal in hand, Jake posted it on the community Facebook group, captioning, "HOA's latest fiction. Anyone else tired of the fairy tales?" Neighbors liked it anonymously, but Brenda rallied her minions, spreading rumors Jake was dodging taxes. Then the vandalism hit, his mailbox torn out, nails scattered in his drive. Jake installed hidden cams, capturing Brenda's husband, portly Phil, sneaking around at midnight like a bad spy movie villain. "Gotcha, you Keystone Cop," Jake said to the screen, handing footage to the sheriff. Phil got slapped with a trespassing ticket, blustering. It was a prank, for order's sake. The real blow came when Brenda pushed an IRS complaint, alleging Jake ran an illegal farm. But Jake was legit, registered, taxed, everything. The audit boomeranged. The inspector bought eggs and tipped off locals about the HOA's misuse of dues for enforcement on non-members. Enter Sarah Klein, a sharp-tongued retiree neighbor, who petitioned for a full HOA audit. "Brenda, darling," Sarah said at the emergency meeting, "if your books are as clean as your fake smile, why hide them?" Brenda stammered. "This is about unity, not division." But the records revealed it all: padded contracts to her relatives, slush funds for personal security. The board crumbled. Brenda was ousted in a landslide vote, her face twisting in comical denial as residents cheered. In the end, the township revoked the HOA charter after uncovering forged annexations dating back decades, including a fake signature on Jake's inclusion. Brenda and Phil faced fraud charges, their empire of petty power reduced to court dates and frozen assets. Jake's barn stood proud, now a co-op hub where neighbors gathered, free from tyrannical tapes. Sarah became council head, implementing real transparency. Jake leaned on his fence, watching the sunset. Who knew a little wood and nails could topple a kingdom of Karens? But tell me, was Jake the real villain for refusing to bow? Or was Brenda just protecting community from her own hypocrisy?